All right, we've been talking about the situation in Wisconsin, and I want to welcome in Frank Emspak, executive producer of WIN, Workers Independent News. Hey, Frank.
Hi, how are you? It's a
Do,
beautiful day. It's sleeting.
yeah, same here in Massachusetts. Give me a sense of what's happening there. We're now getting into, we're getting an extended period of time that we've been having the situation with Scott Walker in Wisconsin. We've been doing a lot of reporting on the money trail. I'm interested to hear from you. One of the narratives in conservative media has been that the anti-Scott Walker protests are AstroTurf, while the pro-Scott Walker protests are just people happening to show up on their own. I don't believe that's the truth. Give me your sense of it.
Well, there's no pro Scott Walker people here. The Tea Party people organized from out of state on Saturday, and there were 300 or 400 of them, and 50,000 real people from the state of Wisconsin, all over the place, students, teachers, people who are not in unions, at the square. There are several thousand people there now, most from in-state. We have not seen any pro-Walker people at all. So, and anybody can come and go when they want. What we do know, however, is that yesterday the Chamber of Commerce of Madison came out with a position saying they don't support Walker. The police have said they don't support Walker. There's all kinds of people who are part of the Republican coalition who have said they don't support this. So I don't know what the conservative news people are talking about. Their narrative has been flawed from the word go.
Well, we've been talking about the money trail, and it's incredible because you're right. This supposed grassroots support for Scott Walker isn't essentially non-existent. It's people coming in from out of state. It's people from PACs funded by the Cook brothers and a number of other organizations. And what's amazing to me is that, and you and I both know that this is to be expected, when we turn on some conservative media outlets, all you see is people with pro-Scott Walker signs, and they're clearly reciting the talking points that have been delivered via email before they were bussed in. So when you look at people in and from Wisconsin, it's really people against Scott Walker.
It's against Scott Walker, but for rights. I think it's much more energized because people really have this belief that people should have rights. And when you talk to people, and we'll send you later today some recordings we did of high school students. We have several minutes, and they really spoke from the heart. This wasn't scripted. They said worker rights are human rights. One of them said, no, I don't want to go to college in this state. I would have, but I don't want to anymore. And it's a much more visceral sense here. I mean, look, the Chamber of Commerce, my God, they're not exactly a pro-union organization, coming out and saying, well, this is too much. We think there should be something done on the budget, but this is too far, too much, not enough time. We don't want to disrupt years and years of positive efforts. I mean, that's the chamber.
How long do you think this can last? In other words, I'm guessing people eventually need to get back to work. We've heard some thoughts that Scott Walker is just going to wait this out as long as he can. What do you see as the end game here?
Well, I think that's probably true, that Scott Walker will wait this out as long as possible. I also think that legislatively there may not be an answer right away. There's a motion before the South Central Federation of Labor later this evening by a number of locals to propose a statewide day of action. Similar legislations on going forward in Ohio, Michigan, Indiana, Maine. There are demonstrations today in actually every state about this stuff. There's demonstrations in Ohio. So this is a nationwide effort, and it's for 2012. It's to disenfranchise people. So this has nothing to do with the budget, and I can't state that often enough. And what workers are talking about, and students and teachers and the Chamber of Commerce, is collective bargaining, working together to achieve something. And that's the governor's throwing out the window. Has nothing to do with the budget.
Well, real quick here, Frank, have you seen, and I haven't seen this, so I'm not implying anything, has there been any mistreatment or violence issues at all in any of this that you've seen or heard about?
Well, neither seen nor heard, and we interviewed a large number of police on Saturday and Sunday, and their position is that the demonstrations have been sort of mellow and peaceful, and people are singing, and they are quite pleased, I guess is the way to say it, with the comportment of the demonstrators. You're talking about 40 or 50,000 people, on Saturday. It's a lot of people. And the Capitol building, which is this big three-story thing, it looks just like the U.S. Capitol, has been full of people, full of thousands of people for a week. And there's no damage, there's no vandalism. people are there, in the legislative session, so the Republicans aren't being harassed. It's noisy, but still, it's peaceful and it's quiet. And I think people are very, very focused on the notion of having rights, and that the right thing to do in this country, on this side of history, is to maintain and, have collective bargaining work.
All right, Frank Emspak, executive producer of Win Workers Independent News. Thank you so much for joining us on short notice, Frank.